this 2025 Steelers team starting to show its red flags? Big Deke news. Yesterday, the best quarterback at the Steelers joint practice with the Buccaneers was not Aaron Rodgers. That's right. The GOAT was in the building. Big Ben also made the rounds, said hi to Mike Tomlin. I think Seven was probably saying here, how come you guys couldn't get me, DK Metcalf, and some of these weapons, this offensive line, and this defense for my last season? Hashtag the sabotage. If you know, you know. Or maybe he didn't even mention the defense after apparently what took place yesterday, because they were getting shredded by Baker. And specifically, the matchup between Jalen Ramsey and Mike Evans, it was slanted a little bit more in Mike Evans' favor. So that means Jalen Ramsey was getting cooked. No need to worry, because Jalen Ramsey says he's still that guy.
Jay gonna be the guy right now.
Let's just hope we could chalk this up to a bad practice. It happens.
We talking about practice.
Because that's Mike Evans. And Mike Evans is good, but we know he's up there in age, not necessarily in his prime anymore. Ramsey still got to go up against a Jamar Chase a couple of times this year.
For sure.
When number one from Cincinnati roll up here then.
That's me. That's Jay. That's five for now.
And we remember how that matchup went in the Super Bowl when Ramsey was more in his prime and younger than he is now.
Straight drop, going deep in that direction, and he reaches out and makes the grab.
I just pray this season isn't the typical same shit, different day type of stuff we've been dealing with here. You know, same results, but just different names and different players. Instead of Pat P and Dante Jackson, it's Jalen Ramsey and Darius Slay. Instead of DK Metcalf, it's Pickens. Instead of Russ, it's Rodgers. Instead of Najee, it's Kaleb Johnson. And, you know, it's just different names, but it ends up being the same results and the same product out there on the field. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think Rodgers is an upgrade. I think our secondary is upgraded. I think DK Metcalf is a better fit. I think he's a better guy to have in your locker room than a George Pickens, better professional. I think Kaleb Johnson's going to be more explosive than Najee Harris. We're going to be 11-6, 12-5. Contenders in the AFC North. Contenders in the AFC. But these reports, I'm not even going to front. It just made me pause. It was just like, damn. What if we're just too high off of the offseason moves and we're just so much further removed from the end of last season and we forget about not only the end of last season, but the end of the last, however, 7-8 seasons and the playoff loss and stuff. What if? It's like, damn, it would be another lost season then. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think the offseason was good. I think we made all the moves necessary to give ourselves a chance. But yeah, I was just like, damn, what if, man, I don't even want the thought to enter my mind right now. The season hasn't even started, but yeah, wasn't liking the reports on Jalen Ramsey getting cooked by Mike Evans and the fact that Baker Mayfield and his receivers had a day against our defense. And there's some stuff out there that our offense struggled at midfield to even get a first down. We were all right at the goal line. We were all right at 7 shots. But in terms of moving the ball, damn. I'm not overreacting, though. Not overreacting, just reacting to the news from yesterday. I still think we got it. I definitely still think we got it. We're going to be fine. As Allen Iverson said, it's just practice. But the doomsday scenario is this. You know, if you go through these reports and say to yourself, oh, shit, like, damn, what if we don't have the high highs? What if this team doesn't hit the ceiling we're thinking it's capable of? The next worst case scenario, I don't see it as boom or bust. A lot of people talk about this being boom or bust, but we have Tomlin. There's a gift and a curse to that, and that is 9-8. Always enough to be relevant, always enough to be in the mix, but never bad enough to potentially get what you truly need in the draft, and that's top-tier talent, specifically a top-tier quarterback that you would take in the top 10 to be your franchise guy. That's the doomsday scenario. That's the image I'm talking about whenever I see some of these bad reports from the joint practice. I'm not thinking 5-12. I'm not thinking 6-11. No, I'm thinking this is 9-8. This is 10-7. Barely missing the playoffs or just making the playoffs. Lost in the wild card. We can't have that. We can't have that. I don't want the other shit either. I don't want the 5-12. I don't want the 6-11. Don't get that twisted. But 9-8 would be the worst case scenario, and that's exactly what Connor Orr of Sports Illustrated is predicting for the Steelers this season. That's not even like that's what a lot of people are predicting for us. I mean, this isn't some crazy ass take or anything. It's like, all right, yeah, most people on ESPN, most people on NFL Network are thinking we're gonna go 9-8 and 10-7. I don't. I hate to be the guy bringing the bad energy or the bad mojo right now. I'm trying not to. I'm just reacting to shit that's out there. But Connor Orr has us going 9-8 with an 0-3 start. And that's really what I want to talk about with his prediction. That's why his stands out over a lot of the others. 0-3 start, 9-8. I get it. Not really that bold of a prediction. Just went over that. A lot of people think we're going to go 9-8, 10-7. I think our over-under on FanDuel is 8.5. I hit the over, but the 0-3 start, I think that's just absolutely asinine. The Jets, the Seahawks, and New England. We at least go in 2-1 throughout that stretch. I'll put it to you this way. I'm that confident we don't go 0-3. If we do, I'll shave my head. I was thinking about little prop things that I could do if we go 0-3. I was thinking taking shots on a live stream or taking shots on a video. It's like, all right, whatever. Like I do that anyway. That's not even that big of a deal. Tattoo, I think that would be too drastic for only a 3-game prediction. So I was like, shave my head. I kind of like where my hair's at right now. I like the aura, the vibes that I got going on. Want to keep the hair a little bit longer throughout the course of the season, and kind of like where it's at. Keep it trimmed up here and there, looking nice. But like, yeah, I have no desire to do that. But I'm confident we're not going 0-3. So listen, if he's right, I'll shave my head. In fact, we're not losing the first game. There's no way we're losing I'll say that. We're going 1-0. There's no way Aaron Rodgers, this Steelers team, is losing to the Jets. May not look pretty. I think Rodgers is going for 3 or 4 touchdowns, to be honest. But I could see it. You know, the case is Steelers off to a slow start because of the chemistry, Rodgers, receivers, not on the same page just yet. We're getting out of that stadium with a win. I promise you that. For that, I will take maybe a shot or two on the live stream if I'm wrong. We could even make it Everclear, I guess. We're going 1-0, and we're not going 0-3. There you go. My bold takes for the season, and I also think we're going to be better than 9-8. There are some other concerns that people are floating out there, and we kind of talked about this after the first preseason game, and that's Kaleb Johnson. Just didn't have the pop that I expected, didn't have the explosiveness that I expected. Now, part of that may be just it was his first preseason game. He's not completely up to speed. The game was a little too fast for him, and he was trying to have everything be perfect, not make a mistake. So, yeah, there's that. Trust me, I'm not writing him off, but you're seeing people like Brooke Pryor, who's watching these Steelers practices day in and day out, saying he's looking a lot like Najee Harris out there. And that's what it felt like to me in that first preseason game. Mike Tomlin also feels like Kaleb Johnson, he's still got some work to do. He's still got some confidence to build up.
I just want to see him trust himself more. I want to see him play more instinctually, trust his talents, and that's reasonable to expect between the first experience and the second experience.
There are also reports that Rodgers had a heated exchange with Kaleb when he wasn't doing the right thing and they weren't on the same page. So that, I mean, yeah, like that's a whole nother side of this thing. A lot of times I don't think we consider with rookies, and that's just knowing the playbook, knowing the hot routes, knowing the audibles, being on the same page with the quarterback. Like that is what gets you on the field just as much as like your talent, because if you can't be trusted on a certain play to do the right thing or the right assignment, then it's like we can't have you out there, because then the whole play could get screwed up. And there was the one example when Mason took the sack, actually. A lot of people were blaming Kaleb Johnson for not breaking out after staying in the block and being a safety valve for Mason. So it's little things like that, you know, I'm not concerned about. That'll be picked up over time. I think I'm more concerned long term with Kaleb Johnson if he doesn't have the explosiveness and pop that I saw at Iowa, and it doesn't necessarily translate to the pros. And he ends up just being a Najee Harris, a guy like that, where you're getting 3.9, 4 yards a carry. I don't think so, though. I'm not overreacting. Big Ben said he's not overreacting. In fact, Big Ben said he actually liked Kaleb Johnson's preseason game. I'm not going to go that far, but he said there were certain things that he was looking at and like, yeah, he thinks Kaleb Johnson could really be that guy.
But I thought he caught the ball well. I thought he ran the ball hard. He had a really nice stiff arm on the Heisman winner, Travis Hunter. Small sample size, but I was pleasantly surprised with what I saw. And I'm excited to see more. I really am. See him start getting more comfortable. I thought he did good in short yardage stuff. We'll see. As they start adding more things, like I want to see what he can do in the passing game. Like, is he a pass catching guy or is he just strictly a running guy?
But yeah, that's really I guess what's going on in terms of Steeler news right now. I hope this show wasn't a downer. I'm just reacting to what's out there. And I feel like my take for all these situations is relax. Relax. It's practice. Relax. A lot of people say we're going 9-8. We're definitely not going 0-3. A lot of people are saying we're going 9-8. What else is new? But I do think we're going to be better than that. 11-6, 12-5. And then with Kaleb Johnson, it's one preseason game. I know what I saw from him at Iowa. But damn, it's just, I think what it is it would really suck if if it is the different day, same results type of thing. It would really suck. It would be very frustrating because I thought we hit wit's end, like that breaking point at the end of last offseason. But it's like if we have to go through another offense where our running back is Najee Harris-like, just not explosive. We don't get that type of pop. And Rodgers isn't Rodgers, and the defense is overrated. It's going to be tough, bro. It's really going to be tough. I don't think it happens, though. Doesn't happen. 11-6, 12-5. You heard it. Tomorrow, Steelers game, 7 o'clock. I am going live for the full game. Not the post game, the full game. Feel like I let you guys down last week. What did I say? If the video got 750 likes and I'd go live. Some of you guys said, oh man, asking for the 750 likes, you didn't even want to go live, bro. Like, just be real about it. I just didn't know how easy or hard it was to get 750 likes in that time span. I thought if you asked that people would do it. If they really wanted you to go live, it would happen because you're getting at least a certain amount of views, right? You're getting X amount of thousands of views. If just a portion of that hit the like button, then you'll get that number quick. But I guess the like grind's a little bit harder than I thought because you guys know I don't really do that. I don't really ask for the likes or anything like that. But, I'll do it today. Hey, hit the like button on this video. Why not? I'm going live either way, so you don't have to. If you want me to go live, it's not determined by the like count on this video. But if you do like the video, hit it. Hit the like button. That's it for today's show, though. Going live during the game. Maybe even before. A little bit before. You can maybe take those words with a grain of salt because I'm usually late. So maybe I'll be on time. If I'm trying to go live before the game, maybe I'll be on time, ready to kick off. But that's the plan. Live for the full game tomorrow. And I'll probably be doing the post game right after on the live stream. Although, probably really be doing the post game in like the fourth quarter because we're going to have a bunch of no-names in there and it's not even going to matter. I'll probably start giving you my post game takes somewhere midway through the fourth quarter. But yeah, stop through. It's going to be good. I promise it's going to be good. Stop through tomorrow, 7 o'clock, maybe 6:30. I'll try to get like the stream time and everything up at some point middle of the day so you have something to look forward to. And it's planned out kind of. But yeah, that's it for today's show. Stay chilling. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments over everything discussed. Peace.